Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to start a new series called How These Teams Can Be Successful in the Playoffs or Take the Next Step. I thought, why not start with the Toronto Maple Leafs? They would be perfect since they haven't won a round since 2004 and have not won the Cup since 1967. So the Leafs, they have $10 million roughly to work in with cap space. They have some important players on their team that are UFAs, which Zach Hyman probably going to Edmonton. I think it's confirmed. Freddie Anderson, Alex Galchenyuk, Zach Bogosian, and all of them are probably gone. Also, Joe Thornton's probably gone. Let's look at the Toronto Maple Leafs needs. The Leafs need a left winger for the first line to replace Zach Hyman. The Leafs need a few third liners. The Leafs need a backup goaltender. I think the Leafs will need more cap to work with. Because for my plans, and I think they would be better players than they have. I think they trade Alexander Kerfoot's $3.5 million deal. Pierre Engvall is a $1.25 million deal for more flexibility. Maybe even Ilya Mikheyev. If you also trade those three, now you have almost around $17 million to work with. Left wingers you could target for Matthews and Marner. One is Thomas Tatar, a very skilled forward coming off a 30-point season, which is considered a down year for his standards. Why it helps him having a down years, he gets much cheaper, like maybe $3 million, $4 million, could get a deal work. Mikael Granlund is another guy they've been targeting for so long, and the speedy guy, we know he can break out. Like we saw in Minnesota, he looked like the most promising forward in the entire NHL, right? So, and then you also got Blake Coleman, who could be a great guy who is a great shutdown forward. I think they go after Thomas Tatar for the first line. Thomas Tatar, $3.5 million for 2 years. What you're getting in Thomas Tatar is some you're getting a very nice snipe. He has a very nice snipe shot. He's more of a sniper. And he's gonna give you 20 goals, maybe even 30 goals. Mikael Granlund is a pretty speedy guy coming off a few down years in Nashville. I think that would maybe be a little risky, but cheaper. But I think Blake Coleman is the guy. I think Thomas Tatar and Blake Coleman, they get both of them. Blake Coleman, I honestly have no idea. Let's just say he gets $4 million or $3.5 million with the Toronto Maple Leafs. He could form a shutdown line. He could shut down your opponents. He can bring in some size and skill, and he can tip in some offense. I think they also bring Casey Cizikas in. Cizikas would be a good leader. He's from Toronto and is a great checking forward. 1.5 to $2 million, in my opinion, is a great deal for Casey Cizikas. For the second line, I think Nick Robertson takes over in that role. And now this is how the Leafs forwards look after this. All these signings. I think they don't go after trades like Bertuzzi because you could, I don't think they've traded so many first rounders and stuff and prospects. They gotta stop. I think they have to get talent out of free agency because you know how some teams like Pittsburgh and Washington, you know, they look like they're gonna have like a decade of failure. Like they're gonna suck for a few decades now, right? Because they have no future at all. So I would say you keep some good young forward. Don't trade them away for guys who, if it's really worth it, trade them. But they gotta stop trading picks and prospects, right? But here's how the Leafs forwards look like now. You got Thomas Tatar playing alongside Matthews and Marner, Nick Robertson, Tavares and Nylander, and then you got Coleman, Cizikas, and Simmons. The third line can shut down any line with checking and physicality, like we saw in the postseason with Tampa Bay. They have a guy like Yanni Gourde, who when they needed a shutdown, the Yanni Gourde line, when they needed to shut down any opponent, they put Yanni Gourde's line out there, and you saw how successful they were putting that line out, right? This line brings checking and physicality. Coleman can shut down anybody. He did that with Tampa Bay all season long. Cizikas had his own line with Martin and Clutterbuck. The Islanders have been really successful with that line. Then you got Wayne Simmons, can get under your skin, can fight, can chip in some offenses, and a very good player. And then for the fourth line, I got Rodion Amirov making the jump with Jason Spezza and Adam Brooks. There's one spot open. I think Rodion Amirov gets it, and if Amirov can prove himself, he could jump up in the lineup. Jason Spezza, we saw from him last year, he's a great player. As he ages, I think he's a fourth line guy, max. Third, but he could, like what we saw from last year, you could maybe even slot in the top 6, but I don't see that happening. I think he plays with the fourth line what I saw from Adam Brooks, he could be a very, very good player for the Leafs. He was playing really good with the Leafs last year, and Brooks could be a very nice fourth line guy for the Leafs. Now you got $7 million left for a backup goaltender and maybe one defenseman. On defense, maybe you go after Ian Cole, $1.25 million. Maybe you go after Travis Hamonic, $2 million, or even Zdeno Chara. We know Chara's the stuff going on in the last few years. Just forget about that. You get a 6'9" guy, a very, very big guy. He's aging, but if you put that third line out with like Chara and Dermott or Hall, whatever you think, that's gonna shut down any team's line, right? Like that's just a deadly team line. You got Cizikas, Coleman, Simmons, Chara, and Hall. That brings so much physicality, so much. One of the best checking forwards in the league in Casey Cizikas, and that is just superb. I think let's just say you play Liljegren 41 games, and for example, Chara play the other 41 since Chara's like 44 now or something. So your defense is now Riley, Brody, Muzzin, Sandin, Hall, Liljegren / Chara or Hamnick or Cole, right? So, and then for the goaltending, some options with roughly 5 or 6 million remaining. Could go after James Reimer. In his first few years, Reimer played in Toronto, was a fan favorite. He wouldn't be bad at all. Reimer is he was also a very serviceable guy behind James Reimer in Florida, right? And with Nedeljkovic gone and Bernier coming in, he was kind of a third string goaltender. It wasn't his fault, right? Nedeljkovic came in and he proved himself. So Reimer is not gonna stay in Carolina. I'm gonna confirm that because they got Bernier and Mrazek. But Reimer, $2.5 million, is a very, very good guy. He's proven to be a very good option behind a goaltender, and he knows how to play under a big market like Toronto, right? And another guy I think they should go after, and I think Reimer is pretty obvious right now. I've also heard Martin Jones after the buyout. Jones, I don't like the Jones ad. I think he's a good backup, but I think there are better options. Maybe Antti Raanta, right? Raanta played alongside Kemper for a few years. He knows how most of his career he's actually been a tandem goaltender. Raanta has put up very good numbers and can step up and steal games when you need it, right? So Jack Campbell, Antti Raanta is a very good tandem. And let's look at the overall. If the Leafs have a shutdown line, they have a third line just like Tampa. When they needed to shut down any other team's line, they use the Gourde line, or like with the Isles, they use the Cizikas line. That's why they were so successful. All three of those guys can get under your skin, check one of the best checkers, hit and shut down and chip in some offense. Tatar is a very good complementary piece and has a very nice shot and could really help out the first line score a few more goals, right? So, and then in net Devont or James Reimer really, like if you bring in a veteran like James Reimer, he can really mentor a guy like Jack Campbell. Plus, he brings depth to your goaltending, right? And if you add Chara, you get to 6'9" beast. And now if you play your third line, and Hall and Chara, I mean it doesn't get better than that, right? So that's gonna wrap it up. If you want to see, if you want me to do this with any other team, comment down your thoughts below. Just don't do it with a team that's made so many moves already, or there's like not much to talk about, right? Like Philadelphia already added Rasmus Ristolainen and Ryan Ellis, all those guys, right? Added Cam Atkinson, or Vancouver, they added like OEL and Connor Garland already. I mean, they could do more, but there's not much since Garland and OEL fixed big spots in their lineup. So comment down below which team you would like to do next, and if I should even continue this series. Anyways, thank you for watching. If you agree with me, remember to like this video, share, and subscribe.